All right, so I was saying, we were looking at curriculum implementation. So we looked at the factors that influence the implementation of curriculum. We looked at the teacher factor. We looked at learner factor, the resource materials and facilities. We looked at interest groups and the school environment. So we agreed that Bison is going to check how does culture and ideology affect the implementation of curriculum in the various schools. So Bison will do that, and instructional supervision, who's doing that? Wisdom. Then assessment, Wheezy, that I can't forget. And conducive school environment, Ruth? Was it you? Heavy academic load? Okay. So Kodesh is doing the unconducive school environment. All right, so maybe let's wait for Kodesh a bit. It looks like we don't have enough chairs around today. Yeah, there she comes. So, Bison, you come forth and tell us about culture and the environment. I mean culture and ideology, not the environment. Got markers if you need them, and there is a duster as well. Please, as he's explaining, if you've got questions or somewhere where you don't really understand, just keep them. When he finishes presenting, then we can ask him questions so that he should be able to explain further where need be. Mr. Bison, the floor is yours. And then come forward as he is preparing. Bison, cold feet. You want someone to start? This is a zero phone. Yeah? Zero phone. Is it someone wearing a straight from the internet?
No, okay, I need it.
No, it's okay. Whichever source is.
Okay. Assessment. First of all, I'm going to define the word assessment so that we should understand that what is an assessment. Assessment is used to understand the state or condition of learning. It is the state to understand the condition of learning. We have some importance of assessment on school, on implementation. This has to do with assessment is an important key component of learning because it helps students to learn. Yeah, it helps students to learn, and when students are able to see on how they are doing in their class. It also helps in critical thinking of students. It also helps in reframing and reasoning. example, an instructor assesses learning through both observation and measurement in attempt to better understand student learning in courses. This can include collecting evidence, both grade and graded about a student's progression in that set course. Assessment of student learning has always been a powerful influence on how and what teachers teach, and that's an important source of a feedback to an appropriateness to implementation of curriculum content. And I forgot the meaning of implementation. Is according to my understanding, is just important. Implementation is the execution or practice of a plan or idea for doing things.
Okay, so if I can ask you to summarize to say, so what is the importance of assessment or implementation of curriculum? What would you say?
It helps on critical thinking of students. It also helps in reasoning and reflection as well. It also helps teachers to observe students and to observe students on how they are doing when they are learning and how they are progressing in that course.
Alright, before I ask my question, is there any other question that you want to ask her? Have you taken the notes? Okay. You talk about the assessment playing a part of, or assessment as a way of getting feedback on appropriateness of content. What does that mean? It is true. It acts as feedback. Check the appropriateness of content. What does that mean?
I cannot explain properly.
You cannot explain properly? Choose anyone to rescue. Is it something that you just copied from somewhere and put it there?
No, I was studying.
You're studying?
So I was like,
okay, so when you came to that point, you didn't understand what it really meant?
No, actually, how I looked down my notes from my understanding, it reflects on how and what teachers teach, and that's an important source of feedback to the appropriateness implementation of curriculum content.
Next. Who else is ready?
I'm doing a presentation on unconducive learning. environment.
So how can an conducive environment affect the implementation of curriculum, right?
I will start with okay. Unconducive learning environment as a threat to teaching and learning activities. These are activities include facilities, poor teacher quality and high ratio of students in the classroom, and school climate. And school climate as one of the way of an conducive environment. This is a broader term that reflects the perception or a view of teachers on the general environment of the school. And I've come up with the impacts of an conducive school environment, both for learning and teaching. The first one is statement problem. This one is a major problem that most of the schools are confronting in the education system. Poor learning environment and insecurity of human and material resources. The ideal situation in good classroom structure, adequate manpower, safety environment free from environmental hazards that hinder teaching and learning activities. Some of the hazards as we explained in health and safety, that there are hazards, potential hazards, and
We are listening and waiting.
okay. Potential hazards, which include the school learning environment. For example, as for children, I'll come again. Let me continue. I'll come again on the hazard.
You come again on the hazard?
Yes, when I remember. And on the statement problem, adequate manpower, provision of adequate learning resources and safety environment. And the problem with poor classroom structures and resourceful environment and resourceful environment. The second point on the impact of an conducive school environment is the purpose of study, of the study. Purpose of the study. The purpose of the study, it will determine the unconducive factors that hinder effective teaching and learning activities at the basic education level. And it will determine also if the unconducive environment of the school has any insecurity threat on teaching and learning activities at the basis of education level. The third one is hypothesis. There is no significant relationship between unconducive environment and hindered teaching, learning activities caused by inadequate facilities. And there is no significant relationship between the response of male and female teachers on relevance of conducive learning environment and teaching learning processes. The last one is methodology. And this is descriptive research on how the teachers and the learners must follow the methods they can use in order to have a conducive school environment. I'm done.
Okay. If you can conclude what you have already said, what would you say? In conclusion. So conclusion, you quickly tell us what you have already told us. So how can an conducive environment influence curriculum implementation? How can you, in summary, explain that?
Okay. And conducive learning environment has several impacts.
Has several impacts on
how
curriculum can be implemented. For some reason, I feel like you're talking about teaching and learning. I heard you talk about qualitative research. You talked about hypothesis. You talked about methodology. What were these?
they are under impacts of unconducive school environment.
Oh, when the school environment is not conducive, then what is affected is the methodology. What is that?
The hypothesis, segment problem, and purpose of the study.
Okay. Are you working? As for me, I really didn't get what you're saying. I don't know about that. I think you went deeper. You need to explain even further. But I'm kind of getting the idea, but I think you need to explain further to us what you are talking about. Anyone with a question? No? Wisdom next.
uh, wisdom and this is the presentation in instruction supervision on how can affect curriculum implementation. So curriculum implementation can be achieved unless it has been made possible through the supervisory function of the school head. So the head does to deploy the staff, allocating time and subject taught at the school, providing teaching and learning materials, and creating an atmosphere conducive to effective teaching and learning. So on deploying staffs, like, I don't understand this way, but on my own, I can say that it's like maybe adding on workers. I don't know if it's right, and allocating time, I think arranging in order, like, okay, allocating time maybe it's like, it's based on like timetable. So I think it's like that. Then providing teaching and learning materials like books, and the like. So yeah, and then creating an atmosphere conducive to effective teaching and learning. Maybe this also based on the environment, like how it is in the classroom. Is it okay? Will it be? So I think it's like that. So that's my idea on instructional supervision.
Instructional supervision
Yes.
versus curriculum implementation. So, summary, how does instructional supervision help in implementing curriculum?
Maybe on summary, instruction supervision, I think it helps in the way that, like,
What were rules of doing instruction supervision in general? Did they tell us what instruction supervision is? No, right?
okay, things in Marimba Banuba Naso Alichar. Idea na Marimba Banuba, so I think
Then when the mother is still with them, isn't it? Because when I give you work, you're not serious. Okay, so summarize what you have written. How can instructional supervision help us or help in implementing of curriculum?
maybe instruction supervision, yeah, like can help in the way that the way of doing things, let's say at school, can be updated. So into new ways of doing things.
So that's it, summary.
If it's like that, oh,
That's the end of the presentation.
this is Naziremba Buloba. Omwana w'olukukagala so zambiri bitu Naziremba Buloba mbiri mugana amirira omwana w'olukukagala so.
But if you are writing, you are studying, it's in your head, right? Why not get it from your head?
Yeah. Sure.
So unamaliza na unamaliza.
I'm done.
You're done. You guys, what did you pick from it?
I'll talk about heavy academic load. Heavy academic load is like taking more subject per term or per semester. For example, here in university, our course, for 4 years, it's for 8 courses. So if the person wants to move fast, maybe she or he will take maybe 8 courses or 10 courses, which is not good. And this will can affect academic in many ways. It can, it will affect mental health for students, like stress, depression. It can limit students' social life. It can limit students' time for leisure. And it adds unnecessary stress. In summary, we need to take we need to take if we have 6 courses or 5 courses, we need to take them, not adding some courses, because it will affect us. Like in what? I'm still forgetting. In concentration,
I hope we're not going to light medical information you have, go there, let's hear. Let's hear it.
From what I found out, I started defining culture and then defining ideology. Okay. Culture can be defined as all the ways of life, including arts, beliefs, and institutions of a population that are passed down from generation to generation. And ideology can be defined as a set of ideas, beliefs and attitudes, consciously or unconsciously held, which affects or shapes understandings of or misconceptions of the social and political world. So culture and ideology can influence curriculum implementation in such a way that some communities may resist a dominant culture or government ideology. thereby implementation of a centrally planned curriculum might be affected.
So apparently nobody, maybe ways it hard with Arnold.
I should present on our next class.
Next class, why?
I did not gather enough information.
So from the looks of things, it looks like Wezi only is the one that was partly prepared.